tell you what, Mike, when we get around time to pick some players of the game.
Well, what a punt.
Yeah, that's a beautiful punt.
He may just have won the special teams award.
Well,
that ball's going to roll out of the 2-yard line.
I thought he was going to win the special teams award just because of how many times he's punted today. Mike.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that's a good one. That's a 77-yard punt.
77-yard kick for Kobe Blanton. And I guess we can go ahead and put him.
Hit and drop. Woo! Looking to pass again. Round is got it. Sacked! Pulls it now, shoots across the middle. Touchdown, FAMU! Right on the money, and the Rattlers are back. Flushed out of the pocket. Rattlers have a spot. Can we make the tackle? We do. Fires toward the end zone. This one is picked off. That's around the first down. Move those chains. Touchdown, FAMU. Down to the 5-yard line. Move those chains. It's the first down for Florida A&M. It's fired. It's picked off. The Rattlers, with 45 seconds left, have shut the door. Hello and welcome to the Coach Earl Holmes Show. I'm Keith Miles, your host, along with the head Rattler, Coach Earl Holmes. And Coach, the Rattlers of Florida A&M journey to Columbus, Ohio, to take on the number 3 football bowl subdivision team in America, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Coach, it was everything that we thought a matchup between a big-time FBS school and an FCS school would be. Ohio State came out a big winner, 76-0.
Well, Keith, we talk with the kids about it. You cannot afford to turn the ball over. You cannot afford to miss out on big opportunities. You got to find a way to keep the offense on the field, and the defense got to find a way to get off the field. But most importantly, you got to win that special team area. And for the last 2 weeks, this thing is glaring on special teams as well as offense. We're really not sustaining drives on offense, and we're really not winning the field position on special teams.
Now, one of the things that we'll take away from this experience that was good is that we got to see major college football at the highest level. So we understand now how fans are supposed to support their team, hang in there to the end of the ball game, no matter who you play, not complain about things about the weather and that kind of thing. Started off raining here today.
Yeah.
So 104,000 people showed up.
You know what, Keith, as a former player, I've been around a long time. And I'm starting from Pittsburgh to Cleveland, Detroit, even playing away. And it means something to play in front of 104,000 people and stay there the whole game, to root their team on regardless of who they playing. It's about their team. That was pride is about. And, at some point during the game, I just admired the crowd for regardless of what rooting, cheering their guys on through the end. We're talking about 104,000 people where it started out raining, regardless of who they were playing. It was Buckeye pride today. And you got to commend the fans on that.
Coach, we've seen some iconic college football things in the last 2 years. We saw the Boomer Schooner last year in Oklahoma, and today we saw the Ohio State band script write Ohio on the field and dot the I. This is big time college football.
Well, that's what it's about, and when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to, winning championships, you got to have that stamp. You got to have that brand. You got to have that set of pride to where people talk about it, and it's contagious, and people want to be a part of that. And that's what we have to do. We have to get to that, Keith.
All right, Coach, we're going to come back and take a look at first half highlights of FAMU and Ohio State after this timeout on the Coach Earl Holmes Show.
You've been involved in an accident? You feel like today is going to be a bad day? You have headaches, neck pain, back pain? Well, call us here at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where we have your neck and your back. Call me, Dr. Ways, at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab. We're located at 1711 South Gaston Street. Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, your local accident doctors. Call us at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where you control your case. We got your neck and your back.
Metron Contracting is a certified minority business specializing in the installation of commercial plumbing and underground utilities, including water, sewer, and fire line. Its owners, Caleb and Sharon Hanna, have over 30 years experience in the Tallahassee area. Metron also offers installation of concrete sidewalks, erosion control, and construction management. On your next project, think Metron and call 850-681-9058. Again, 850-681-9058.
back to the Coach Earl Holmes Show. Coach, Columbus, Ohio, I don't think the Rattlers have ever played the Ohio State Buckeyes in the history of our relationship, but there's some close ties between the two schools that go down through all the way back to William Bill Bell, who came from this area down to Florida A&M, was one of their first head football coaches.
Well, you look at it, you think about it, you know, that goes all the way back to Coach Hubbard. You know, I played up this way, and you know, a lot of coaches who was winning up this way would actually sit down and talk with Jay Gaither. So there's a bond there, there's a relationship there, and I'm glad we got a chance to play him today.
Yeah, Coach Hubbard actually honored here today with Archie Griffin, the two-time Heisman Trophy winner, and of course Coach Hubbard came to FAMU, won national championship. So there's a lot of connections between Columbus and Tallahassee, Ohio State, and Florida A&M. But today it was about the football game, and the Rattlers came up to play one of the top teams in the country, Urban Meyer's Buckeyes.
Who was up for it, Keith? And exactly, when you look at the game, we had some chances to get off the field, had some chances to make some plays. And you got to do that. Again, when you're playing against the number 3 team in the country, you can't beat yourself. And I know I sound redundant, Keith, but that's exactly what it is, because guys were in position to make some plays, and you got to make them. Yeah,
let's go to the first half highlights. The Buckeyes going to kick off to the Rattlers of FAMU, and we're in our road whites up here in Columbus today, Coach, and that's very good special teams.
Well, we knew they were going to come out of high emotion. You're playing in front of 100,000 people, so we just wanted to eat the clock up a little bit, get settled down, and start playing some Rattler football. So we knew the first couple of series they were going to be up, and we were going to be up as well. So we just wanted to slow the ball down and make sure we win in the field position.
All right, here we go, Damian. Going to reach out here and connect. And one of the things that we did make note of in this ball game, Coach, one of our biggest playmakers, Linworth Lennon, did not make this trip, and he's nursing some injuries.
He's nursing some injuries, but it was giving the guys the chance to step up and see exactly what they can do.
All right, here we go, the Buckeyes. That's a great play by Brandon Denmark. Opportunity.
Opportunity, you know, and this is the one that really kind of hurt us back here, Keith, because here you got a chance to, this is a 14-point swing here. We got a chance to just take a knee. We kneel down right there, we fine. We get the ball out on 20. But to make an interception, turn the ball back, we gave the Ohio State Buckeyes back the momentum, and we never rebound from that.
Yeah, that's one of those things we talk about, just situational awareness, knowing where you are and knowing what to do when you make a big play. And so here we go, the Rattlers and the Buckeyes now are going to shoot for 2, and we're going to stop the 2-point conversion here with some good play.
Well, I thought overall the defense played very well. You know, I think we were solid. You know, looking at the score, a lot of people may not think that, but you got to look at the the field yardage when guys started on us and never really drove down. They went for the 4th down on us 4 or 5 times. So that should let you know guys are fighting. But we got to complement each other, offense, defense, as well as special team with field position.
All right, here we go. This is Damian finding some mobility here and connecting on this pass play. A number of times, though, Coach, on offense, we would have opportunities and go 3 and out. And early in the ball game, that just put them in great field position.
Right there, you can see again 2 weeks in a row block punt, and we got to correct it on the sideline, and we'd have that problem again. But those things hurt you. You can't afford to do that on special teams. You got to win. So we changed up, put McBurst back there to see what he can do, bring a little momentum to us, and came out with a good return.
Yeah, that's a good return by Al Tariq. And here we go. Colby, once we got the protection straight, he was booming some, Coach. He even had one go 78 yards, 3 of them inside the 20-yard line.
We got to give him a chance. We got to give him a chance. But right here, guys competing. You know, here's a true freshman here, Parker. Guy's a tremendous future, coming up and making a play. So, again, we got to find a way to have all 3 cylinders kicking.
All right, here we go. The Buckeyes kick it off to us. This is James Owens, and Coach, this is a good return by James, but I did notice he went out earlier in the ball game favoring that ankle a little bit.
Yeah, he was, so we put him out the game. But right here, you got to throw the ball away. That's what I'm talking about. When you can't afford to turn the ball over. You know, a good team find a way to keep the drives going as well as get off the field on 3rd downs.
All right, here we go. This is Al Tariq once again on the return, and another good return by Al Tariq.
It seemed like after we shot ourselves in the foot, that block punt, the special teams kind of stepped up and fought back for some field position. But overall, guys were turning and running, hustling, and getting to the ball, but you got to do that for 60 minutes. You know, again, we got to complement each other. We got to put some drives together. Like right here, we got to get upfield, Keith, and get the first down.
And you got to block somebody out there too.
Every single time.
If your man is there, you got to put some leather on him, as they say. Here we go. Run right back with the screen pass out here in the flats, and once again, just trying to get some things going. And this is Damian here, and he dumps this out here. This is a good play
by Mike Etheridge there. He came up with a good play for him.
All right, here we go. Good run. Lamont Bice, coach, ran hard.
He's finding that niche. He's finally getting comfortable in the new offensive system, which is good. You know, we get ready for some conference play, so we want to get some guys out in space and see exactly what they can do. And you notice you got McBurst on the same play as Bice. So we finding a way to open up our offense a little bit, but it got to show on the scoreboard. You try to find a way to get your best players or your playmakers on the field at all times. So that's a great coverage there. Now, you know, again, but we lost momentum, but here it is, guys fighting back. And it's halftime, but hey, we go in and we talk about the things that we can't do and the things that we can do. And it's all about playing for 60 minutes. So we got everything rectified in the second half. Just want to go out and play Rattler football.
All right, Coach, it's 55-0 at the half. The Buckeyes are ahead. We made some mental errors and some breakdowns and some penalties that were pretty costly for us, too, when we had opportunities going. But we still got a whole nother second half to it, make adjustments and come back and see how we match up in the second half.
Most definitely. A lot of times at our first series on offense, it was always 1st and 15, and we can't do that. You know, whatever we got to do, eliminate those penalties. We got to do. Again, you got to start at 1st and 10, and you got to win on first downs to make it kind of better for us on 2nd and 3rd and short.
All right, we're going to come back and take a look at second half highlights of FAMU and Ohio State after this timeout on the Coach Earl Holmes Show.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better. Let's give the children the encouragement and education they deserve. I'm Brian Bower, and I care about our community. That's what makes Palmetto Security Services a dedicated company.
The Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs at the university. Join the Rattler Booster Club. It's not too late.
Our community is amazing, but we can always make it better. Let's give the children the encouragement and education they deserve. I'm Brian Bower, and I care about our community. That's what makes Palmetto Security Services a dedicated company.
Welcome back to the Coach Earl Holmes Show. Coach, it's 55-0 at halftime, so not a whole lot to say there. Let's go take a look at second half highlights. All right, we're going to kick off to the Buckeyes here to start the second half. And
well, I share them. This is a very important series for us. We got to go out and we got to put this fight early. You know, the game is up. They're going to try to put some other guys in. We got to fight with some pride and see what we made of. And overall, again, I thought guys fought. They put some new guys in there. They kept the quarterback in to see what they had. But overall, guys are turning hunting, but you got to do it. You got to sustain that for 60 minutes. And again, you got to create some turnovers. We had a chance with some turnovers. They called a penalty on us, but 3 more turnovers, you're in the game, and we didn't get that today.
Yeah, and when your defense coach stays on the field as long as ours did today, there's going to be some breakdowns in tackling and that kind of thing. Guys, the offense has to give them a little respite to kind of, get a little rest and come back.
We got to compliment each other.
Yeah.
Again, you facing a team that's running no huddle, have a lot of speed on the field, and we got to do the same on offense. We got to sustain some drives so our defense can rest, but that didn't happen. I think we got our first down in the second quarter.
All right, here's Damian. He's going to pull it down, and he actually picks up a first down on this run.
Right.
And that's one of the bright spots offensively during this game.
We got to find a way to move the ball. We got to earn the tough yards. We got to move the ball, but at the same time, we got to control that clock. When you get behind 55-0, it makes it hard to call some plays because now, they're two-dimensional. So, and our offense is one of them to trying to throw the ball to get back in the game. But guys fall, you know, we fall. But Keith, again, it's got to be a three-way deal. It's got to be offense, defense, as well as special teams.
Yeah, at one point in the ball game, we noted that Terry Johnson and John Ojo were our top 2 tacklers in the ball game, and that's not necessarily what you want to have your DB and your safety.
Of course not.
Tackles.
But you know, they're trying to find their way too.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to scramble to find out who's going to be their starting quarterback. So that's going to happen. But guys were up for it, and Terry was active, and we thought we had a pick in there, and Ojo was active, and our defensive thing, that's what we have to do. Again, a great play on special teams in the second half, but we got to do it for 60 minutes. I think what we're missing out on, Keith, is we're not being disciplined for 60 minutes. It's always, well, the defense plays good here, but the offense special team dropped the ball. Okay, now the offense pick it up. Now we need the special teams to pick it up. Or special teams pick it up. We need the offense to pick it up. But, you know, we're booting it back there now. You know, again, we saw a lot of good things.
Yeah, this was a great punt by Colby. 78 yards inside the 5-yard line, down at the 2. Can't ask for much more.
If we can protect him, we got one of the best punters in the MEAC. We got to find a way to protect him.
Yeah, we told us that one of the officials came over and gave him a fist bump and said, "Hey man, you hit that one." And the official told him, "I was a punter in college, and so when you hit that one, I knew that one was going well."
Strong kid, guy had a big foot. So now we try Akins back there again.
Yeah.
Just try and look at some guys before we get into conference play, what we got going on. So, you know, we want to see McBurst and all those guys come down here, hit some people, get big on big, and see what we got. You know, now it's about us. It's about us finishing strong and playing for 60 minutes.
All right, there. Earl Holmes, Urban Myers greet each other at the end of the ball game. 76-0, the final score, Coach. Obviously, this one is a big game, big check involved, but also big opportunity. And I like what you told the guys before this game. If you want to play, if really what you want to do is play on Sundays, then you got to perform well here because these guys, a lot of these guys are going to.
Most definitely, most definitely. You know, and the same kind of atmosphere. You know, the same kind of atmosphere. So you got to rise to the occasion. You have to embrace the moment. You know, a good player find a way to embrace the moment, you know, to find out exactly what he got if he has an opportunity to play on Sundays. But some guys did stand up, you know, some guys had a solid game, but most importantly, we understand what we need to do to get better.
All right, we're going to go to break, and as we do, we'll take a look at final statistics, and then we'll come back with more after this timeout on the Coach Earl Holmes Show.
You've been involved in an accident? You feel like today is going to be a bad day? You have headaches, neck pain, back pain? Well, call us here at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where we have your neck and your back. Call me, Dr. Ways, at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab. We're located at 1711 South Gaston Street. Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, your local accident doctors. Call us at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where you control your case. We got your neck and your back.
I'm Mickey Clayton, Executive Director of the Rattler Booster Club. The Rattler Booster Club contributed $591,000 to the athletic department of Florida A&M University. Some of the things we were able to purchase this year was the Jumbotron, and we assisted with the scoreboard in the Al Lawson Center, and golf carts for our seasoned Rattler Booster supporters, pitching machine for the baseball team, the shooting machine for the basketball team. So the Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs. Join the Booster Club. Call the Rattler Booster office at 850-224-6093. It's not too late.
Welcome back to the Coach Earl Holmes Show. Let's take a look at this week's players of the game. On offense, Coach Omari Albert ran the ball hard, ran well, got some tough inside yards against the number 3 team in FBS. Omari's going to be an outstanding running back.
Keith, you got to run to throw it. We got to find a way to get big, put body on the body and fall forward. And he did that today. In fact, I thought McBurst as well as Bice ran the ball pretty solid for us too. But again, we got to sustain those drives. But it's good to have a three running backs that can get it done.
All right, on defense, Coach Terry Johnson. Terry had 5 total tackles, but most importantly, 5 solos.
Yeah, well, they want to put us out on the island, and they going in the game, we knew they had a lot of speed at the receiver position. And Terry, Ojo, those guys, Aikens, they stood up. You want to get on Aikens about getting an interception, not taking the knee, not taking the knee, but at the same time, who's in a position to make a play. We just got to be smart in that situation.
All right, and special teams coach, it was Colby Blanton. This guy punted the ball 9 times today, 402 yards, 44.7 yard per punt average, 78 long, and 3 inside the 20. If we protect for him, he can get it done.
After the first punt block, we made adjustments and we went from there. And you don't want to punt the ball 9 times. Believe me, you don't want to do that. But at the same time, to have 3 inside the 20 and along with 7, 8, the guy has a big foot, and we plan on using him a lot more as far as getting us inside the 20 in conference play.
All right, and as we go to break, let's take a look at this week's scoreboard from the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, and we'll be back with a whole lot more on the Coach Earl Holmes Show.
Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs at the university. Join the Rattler Booster Club. It's not too late.
You've been involved in an accident? You feel like today is going to be a bad day? You have headaches, neck pain, back pain? Well, call us here at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where we have your neck and your back. Call me, Dr. Ways, at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab. We're located at 1711 South Gaston Street. Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, your local accident doctors. Call us at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where you control your case. We got your neck and your back.
Metron Contracting is a certified minority business specializing in the installation of commercial plumbing and underground utilities, including water, sewer, and fire line. Its owners, Caleb and Sharon Hanna, have over 30 years experience in the Tallahassee area. Metron also offers installation of concrete sidewalks, erosion control, and construction management. On your next project, think Metron and call 850-681-9058. Again, 850-681-9058.
Welcome back to the Coach Earl Holmes Show. Coach, if there is such a thing in college football, preseason is over. Rattlers going to come out 1-3 in the preseason, and now we get ready to go into conference play. We got an open week, heal some of those bumps and bruises, and then get ready for the Morgan State Bears on the road in Baltimore.
Well, you know what, Keith, you look back at our first quarter of the season. I never imagined being 1-3. But at the same time, we've been going through a lot, emotionally as well as, mentally, dealing with Coach Gray and Coach Kirkland being in and out. But, no excuses. We had a chance to win the Sanford game. We kind of stumbled ourselves with some things in Tennessee State. But I want to go out today and really play fast and play for 60 minutes. But, hey, it is what it is, and everything's still in front of us. We got to run 9 straight to win our conference as well as get in the playoffs. So it starts with winning on the off season, or actually on the open week. And that's just going back and, self-scouting ourselves to see what we're doing well and the things that we're not doing so well to cut down on the playbook a little bit. As well as guys who's playing well, like Amari stepped up today. McBurst stepped up today, Earl is Bice. So we got to find a way to get those guys the ball a little bit more as well as sustain some drives. So we'll heal this week. But most importantly, we're going to really focus in on FAMU because, like you said, preseason's over with.
2 weeks to go before we start conference play at Morgan State, and certainly you got some outstanding players. Now it's time to pull it all together as we go into conference play.
Well, if any and everything we talked about is before us. You talking about playing the postseason play. We control our own destiny right now, so we got to take it one play at a time, one game at a time for 60 minutes.
All right, that's what's up next for the Rattlers. We won't see you next week, but the following week, we journey to Baltimore to play the Morgan State Bears in our first conference game of the season, and of course, we'll have the highlights for you right here on the Coach Earl Holmes Show.
Hit and drop. Woo! Looking to pass again. Rattlers got him. Sacked! Pulls it now, shoots across the middle. Touchdown, Fairview! Right on the money, and the Rattlers are back. Flushed out of the pocket. Rattlers have a spot. Can we make the tackle? We do.
Myers toward the end zone. This one is picked off.
That's Rattler first down. Move those chains. Touchdown, FAMU. Down to the 5-yard line. Move those chains. It's a first down for Florida A&M. Myers. It's picked off.